What's going on, guys? It is the Poke King, and we're back with another banger. So we're gonna take a look. I believe this is one of the top 32 Ceruledge EX decks from the Milwaukee regional. I think it was like Joe Gaida. If I'm butchering your name, let me know in the comment section down below. I wanted to showcase Ceruledge EX, one, because of the top 32 placement that it just had at the last Pokemon regional, but because I know a lot of people are going to be getting into Pokemon over the next few months, especially with something like Destined Rivals releasing. I think that Ceruledge EX is one of the easiest, most simplest decks to learn in Pokemon. So I wanted to go over this deck list because, once again, you're pretty much turboing through the deck, getting energies in the discard pile. For one energies, you're using Abyssal Flames, and you're doing big damage. So I want to go into Ceruledge EX, showcase this deck, and once again, if you're a beginner, this is probably one of the best beginner decks to play because of the simplicity. So let's get into it. So starting off, we're going to be playing for Charcadet. Now, you have to play this 70 HP Charcadet. Now, I know, guys, I know I've been I've been accustomed to, showcasing the wrong, basic Pokemon, or not having it, but at least having it on the screen. But I went through the depths to find the Surging Spark Charcadet. Now, what's awesome with, once again, this deck as well is that it's also super cheap, and I'll put the price of the deck also in the description box down below. But you have to play this Charcadet. So let's take a look at it. This is the 70 HP, very simple, one retreat cost. 70 HP once again works really well for the Dragapult matchup. They have to Lucha it if they even want to, once again, do a knockout on the bench. But look at that, one Fire Energy to do 20 damage. This deck can get somewhat smoked by a Budew because, once again, we're playing Carmines versus the Researchers, so we're turboing through the deck, but it's not as fast as, let's say, like a Research build. So being able to knock out Budew, because Budew is weak to fire, you're going to do 40 damage to the Budew. And even if they go, let's say, Bravery Charm, 2 turns, the Charcadet knocks out the Budew. So you want to lead off, once again, against Dragapult with the Will-O-Wisp Charcadet and just basically attack into the Budew. So we're going to be playing 4 of the Surging Spark Charcadets, and once again, that allows you to just smoke Budew, which, once again, a lot of Budews are running around in the format. We're going to be playing 3 of our big boss monster. That is going to be 3 Ceruledge EX. Now, it is a Terra Pokemon, so once again, it is protected on the bench from damage from attacks. Abyssal Flames, if you guys take a look at it, it does 30 more damage for each energy card in your discard pile. We aren't going to be using Raging Amethyst. Now, you can theoretically, because we are playing 4 Luminous Energies in the deck, you can technically attack for this 280. But we don't want to do that. We just want to turbo through the deck, get those energies in the discard pile, and just attack for big damage. So Ceruledge, super simple. It's a stage 1, so you don't even have to go into things like Rare Candy or anything like that. It's not a stage 2, so it makes it simple for a new beginner. Just attach 1 energy and start attacking. Next up, we're playing 2 Varoom, and once again, this just makes the deck a little bit more simple. This Varoom from Shrouded Fable, Rigidify. During your opponent's next turn, the Pokemon takes 30 less damage. So this becomes, and once again, you do have the Luminous Energy to attack with this, but we're just using this to help us get to Revavroom. Once again, keeping it very simple for new players. Revavroom doesn't see a lot of play. This is probably its only top 32 finish out of probably almost any Pokemon tournament. Rumbling Engine, you may discard an energy card from your hand. So once again, it does fuel the Charcadet. The Ceruledge EX attack. So you may discard an energy card from your hand, and once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. So Varoom is going to help us turbo through the deck by discarding those energies, and it's almost acting like pretty much like the former Babero of the deck. So once again, keeping it simple. We're playing 1 Squawkabilly. Now, once again, if you open up a hand with a lot of energies like fire energies, and you have a Nest Ball or Ultra Ball, you're going to grab this Squawkabilly, use Squawkabilly to then try to get a better hand. Once again, keeping it simple. The best support Pokemon in the game, Fezandipiti. And yeah, once again, just remember, guys, if you're a newer player or anything like that, if your Pokemon during your opponent's turn is knocked out, of course you get to draw 3, but if it's in between, like Pokemon Checkup, you don't get to draw off the Fezandipiti. So just make sure, and once again, that you don't do that, because you could get a prize penalty. And then we're playing 1 Munkidori. Now, of course, this is a little bit more advanced. The Munkidori because it is going to be moving energies off of your Pokemon and then putting it on other Pokemon. So of course this is kind of a setup card for damage, but it's only 30 damage. So all you're going to do is put 30 damage on, you know, to maybe help your Ceruledge get a knockout on certain Pokemon, and then also helps to protect the Ceruledge from the standpoint of just getting damages off of it. So Munkidori, super versatile. And that's all that Joe played for the Pokemon. So I misspoke. This deck is playing the 4 Professor's Research. For some reason, I was thinking of my Poison Ceruledge EX deck, but you're going to play 4 Professor's Research. Once again, just turbo through the deck. Discard, discard, discard. We're playing 3 Carmine. Once again, if you're a new player to the game, only when you're going second can you play a supporter. But Carmine, if you go first, you may use this card during your first turn. You can discard your hand and draw 5 cards. So it's like a mini Professor's Research on the first turn. So Carmine is super busted because it allows you to take advantage. And once again, one of the downsides of going first in the game is that you can't play a supporter. So Carmine is sweet. Boss's Order, we want to boss up once again those support Pokemon like Fezandipiti, Mew EX, even smaller Pokemon, for example, like Tealmass Ogerpon, stuff like that. You want to use the Boss's Order to take those easy knockouts. 1 Iono, once again, one of the best hand manipulation cards in the game. 1 Professor's Turo scenario. Pretty much with this, once again, if you're a beginner, just pick up a really heavy damaged Ceruledge EX, or once again a Squawkabilly if it's a reliability against Raging Bolt. So use the Professor's Turo for that standpoint. Also, if you try to get, for example, like Maractus, Sol, anything like that, Turo can get you out of it. And then Briar. So once again, this deck is to be simple, but for new players, all you got to know is that when your opponent's at 2 prize cards, you play this. The Ceruledge attacks and knocks out a Pokemon. It takes an extra prize. So if it's an EX and the Ceruledge knocks out an EX, after you play Briar, you get to take 3 prize cards. If it's a single prize Pokemon, you get to take 2. So very simple with Briar. We're going to keep the ball search simple. For Ultra Ball, once again, discarding cards to the discard pile. We would just want to get energies there. 3 Night Stretchers allows you to get back Ceruledge EX that you have to discard off of Ultra Balls, Carmines, or once again to get back things like Fezandipiti. We're going to then play 2 Nest Ball. Really nice right there. 2 Nest Ball, 2 Earthen Vessels. Once again, just turbo and find those energies. 1 Buddy-Buddy Poffin to set up the Charcadet. 1 Pal Pad, once again, because sometimes in your beginning hand with Carmine, you may have to discard a Boss and Iono. So you want to Pal Pad those back. And then we're going to play 2 Jamming Towers. Once again, we want to do damage. And once again, Ceruledge EX is also limited to kind of the damage it can do. So Bravery Charms, Luxurious Capes, get them out of here. Get them out of here. Jamming Tower is going to take care of that. Brilliant Blender, if you guys don't know what this ace spec does, you may search your deck for up to 5 cards, discard them, then shuffle your deck. You're searching out pretty much 5 basic fire energies and you're going to discard them. For Luminous, all you have to know is this is a rainbow energy. Now, for example, if you do go Luminous Energy, you cannot attach it with a Jet Energy because then it won't provide anything. So make sure you attach this with a Fire Energy if you want to attack with things like Munkidori. So just make sure, once again, guys, just make sure you do not attach Luminous with a Jet Energy in back-to-back turns, because then this will shut off the rainbow effect. So 4 Luminous Energies. 4 Jet Energies, and what's awesome is that, once again, with people playing star cards like Maractus, Jet Energy acts as that switch out. So it almost acts as a switch plus a colorless energy for an attack. So Jet Energy, absolutely busted. And we don't play all these bunch of different types of energies from the standpoint. We're just going to play 3, a 6, 9, and a 10 Fire Energy. All right, guys, so that was the top 32 Ceruledge EX deck profile. Once again, this was at the Milwaukee Regional. I think this is one of the best decks to play. Once again, if you're a beginner to Pokemon, keeping it very simple, this is one of the most simple and easiest decks to play in the game. So guys, let me know what you think of the deck. If you guys try it out, let me know how you do at your locals, a cup or challenge, or let's say you're going to Portland, you're going to take it to that regional. Let me know how you guys do in the comment section down below. Are there cards you think that should be changed out? Once again, start it in that comment section. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become part of the Poke Kingdom. It's been your king. Peace.